Are you hungry a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends what it is. What we got? Ice cream, bro. What are we talking about? What is in here, bro?
Haagen-Dazs.
No, it's not Haagen-Dazs,
Doug loves
bro.
the Haagen.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
it
does
is, bro. We're hungry.
But what's in there?
Ice cream.
You don't got to eat with your hands when it's like this. You just drink
really?
it. Yeah, you just drink it.
Oh, look at this guy.
But I wouldn't eat this, though.
Let's see.
You don't know any predators that eat ice cream. You know what I mean?
I guess you can eat ice cream.
I told you,
it's
just
very
got
fucking good. My old teammate, Mack Hollins, bro. Hey, dude, you are like famous now.
Nah, I'm just trying to keep up. You know?
No, you're
I'm just trying to keep up.
You're trend setting.
Yeah.
People always ask me, what was that guy like? I was like, well, he wore shoes when we were in Philly.
Shoes. He was still weird, but he wore shoes.
So how is it up here?
I love it, dude. Like it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Even like we joke about the barefoot stuff, but like having that be accepted and like guys don't care.
Dude, I was out at walkthrough.
Yeah, like everybody's gonna be barefoot. Joe Brady's barefoot.
Rousseau's barefoot. Epinesa dude's on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Like that. I love that. Because I was the weird guy. Now look, I got weird. All y'all. Now who's the weird?
Got a weird ass team.
Yeah, now I just got a weird team.
What's
I love
the vibe like? Because I was talking to some people, and it's like a good mix of young guys and veterans, good energy. Like, does it remind you at all of maybe 17? Like some of the makeup.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it does.
Really?
Even from like the way we practice, the standard, like what the standard is. And you've been on teams just that I have. Like sometimes the practice standard is just like, it's not that great, and you can kind of know early, like, we're not gonna.
Yeah.
We can tell ourselves we're gonna be good, but we don't practice hard enough.
Yeah.
Like here, like first practice OTAs, I'm like, oh, these guys go. Like,
yeah.
Weight room, like, oh, these guys come here to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, does everybody want to lift every day? No, but we're gonna get to work in because we're there, and we enjoy being around each other.
Who are the leaders?
Obviously Josh. For sure.
Josh for sure.
And that's so important, as you know. Like, if the quarterback's not, like a leader, it's really hard for your team to be good. Yeah. And then we obviously have a bunch on defense, but it's leadership in a different way when you're defense versus offense.
Does Milano say 2 words?
If you can get it out of him, yeah. Nah, Milano's good. I think he's so focused on getting back healthy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get in that mode of like, I'm just.
He just seems like a silent assassin.
He definitely is an assassin for sure. But now there's times where you can get out of him.
Yeah.
I'll poke the bear.
Who's the tone setters on defense in practice?
I mean, Ed is always going to be all over the place.
I fucking love Ed.
Yeah, Ed's going to be like fucking high energy, getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably, if you're talking about like just who you're going to always know is out there, definitely Ed.
That's awesome, man. Does it hurt catching the ball from Josh Allen?
Not right now. We're going to find out when it gets a little cold. Apparently, quarterbacks don't like to go any slower when it's cold out, but they'll just expect us.
Yeah. I mean, what's the ball that you've seen him throw in practice that you're like, man, this is different? What route?
He actually threw one to me, and I dropped it. It was
never again.
Never. It was like a seam ball, but we were in the red zone.
Yeah.
And I got bracketed, so the backer came underneath me.
Yeah.
And the safety was over top of me. And I'm like, he's not even throwing this. Like, I was barely even paying attention. Like, here I go clear this out.
Uh-huh.
Ball comes right off the linebacker's ear, and I try to throw my hands late and miss it. And I was like, I gotta, dude. Like a guy that can throw any ball. Yeah. Like, I got to be constantly like ready.
Yeah, you got to be ready. It could come out in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So he does some crazy shit.
Are you is blocking in the run game a big part of what they ask the receivers to do up here? Is that like a non-negotiable?
Yeah, I think like no block, no rock type of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you get the rock from Josh, it's great because he can sling it.
Yeah.
We got Jimbo back there. We got a lot of great running backs and a great O-line.
What do you add? Because I'm always like, man, don't sleep on this guy, Mack Hollins. He's going to show up in some big spots.
Yeah.
And he's going to catch a lot of balls. Like, what do you add?
Obviously, in the run game, like I'm physical, like just comes off of my special teams. I'm bigger than you remember, you know?
Yeah, I did say
Either
that.
you getting smaller, I'm getting bigger.
I did say that.
Yeah, one or the other. Like, but yeah, like I'm able to do that, and that's a given, I think. But I think a lot of people, like you said, sleep on my ability to stretch the field or get open and run routes. Like, I'm gonna get open, I'm gonna catch the ball, and I'm gonna make stuff happen.
So how many teams has it been now?
This is the 5th.
So Philly,
Miami, Vegas, Atlanta.
What's been your favorite spot outside of Philly and Buffalo?
From lifestyle, for sure, Miami.
Yeah,
like I still live down there.
Oh, you do?
Like on an off day, guys are gonna go like rent a boat.
Yeah,
like stuff that's just ridiculous.
Is it hard to stay focused in a city like Miami, juxtaposed to Buffalo?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just there's just too many opportunities to do so, and it's just always sunny.
It's always sunny.
Like there's no like, hey, let's go hang out. It's like, well, it's sunny. Like I can go to the beach. I can go do this, and then your families are always coming down.
Are you ready for the winter here?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Are you gonna put shoes on?
Yeah, below 35.
Oh, there's a rule?
I tell people, I'm barefoot. I'm not a dummy. You know what I mean?
Okay. And you also don't eat with a fork.
Yeah, that's a scam.
Is it?
Dead scam.
So you'll eat whatever, like with your hands.
Yeah, with my hands.
Okay.
So the rule is if I go out to eat and we're with the group, like if I went out to eat with you, you got way more money than me. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be paying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm going to act like I'm going to take out my card at the end, but you're going to pay. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro. But I won't eat with my hands then because you're paying. Okay. But if I go out and I'm paying for the meal, I'll eat with my hands. I'm paying for the meal today, but we'll eat with our hands. Are you hungry a little bit? Yeah.
Okay.
It depends what it is. What we got?
Well,
what we got? It better not be no junk that.
Everybody likes
is it meat and fruit?
Cream.
Ice cream, bro. What are we talking about? What is in here, bro?
Haagen-Dazs.
No, it's not Haagen-Dazs.
Doug loves
bro.
the Haagen-Dazs. Yes, it is, bro. We're hungry.
But what's in there?
Ice cream.
Now I'm gonna look like a weirdo licking the ice cream.
No, we're not gonna lick it. We're gonna eat it with our hands, bro. Here, I'll pour myself a little bit. And...
You don't gotta eat with your hands when it's like this. You just drink
really?
It. Yeah, you just drink it.
Oh, look at this guy.
But I wouldn't eat this though.
Let's see.
You don't know any predators that eat ice cream. You know what I mean?
I guess you can eat ice cream.
It's
very fucking good.
Yeah, you just get the ice cream early, all right, and then let it melt while the rest of the food is the proper food.
Fuck, I had soup and everything, but I didn't realize you had a little workaround.
Soups for suckers.
Soups for suckers?
Dead giveaway sucker.
Really?
Sucker.
I agree. I don't eat soup.
Like sucker. Next, you're gonna bring out a veggie, bro.
You don't have like COVID or anything.
Do I? You never know.
Well,
it's 2024.
I'm gonna have a little bit more.
It's good.
Why no shoes? Like, give me the science behind that.
Structurally, it helps with like absorption for the knee.
Yeah.
So like all the force doesn't go into your knee and then your hip.
So you didn't like my footwear when I walked in here? I got canes.
I mean, the canes are like
that's like almost like being barefoot.
It's not. That's what people say. Oh, I got Crocs on. It's like barefoot.
No, Crocs.
If it was like barefoot, you wouldn't have Crocs.
No, you're right. You're right.
Canes are the same thing.
So it's all about the force distribution. That's the and for people at home, you would suggest they walk barefoot how long? And what things would you not have them walking barefoot?
Yeah, I'd say like start at your house.
Start at your house.
Because I started when we were in Philly. It was like, I guess it was my second year. It's 2018.
You were doing that? Like
I started off doing barefoot. And I just jogged we had all three fields. I did 2 laps one way, 2 laps the other. And I remember calling my trainer the next day and say, I'm done playing. Like, I thought I tore everything in my calf.
Lifting barefoot's good though.
Yeah, lifting barefoot's
because
good.
the shoes will mess up your force distribution. They can mess your back up.
Yeah, so you lift like that.
No, I'm with you.
So why not move around like that?
No, I got a little list of places, and I want you to tell me if you would walk through these places barefoot.
I already know the answer, but go ahead.
Subway.
Mm-hmm.
Not the store, the subway. Subway station.
Both of them.
You would walk barefoot through the subway.
Is it a bathroom? Or is it an airport?
So you bringing shoes to put them on when you go in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. The Link parking lot.
Barefoot.
Okay. A hospital.
Barefoot, but usually they tell me I gotta.
Usually when I go to the hospital.
If I ever go like to a children's visit or something.
You go to a charity thing barefoot?
Yeah.
Like if they have you at children's hospital, you're walking in barefoot?
Yeah. Sometimes they give me the little what are those little things they put on top of your shoes?
The little scrubs?
The little scrubs. Yeah, little foot scrubs. Yeah. Sometimes give me those.
An unclean preschool or daycare center. Easy barefoot.
10 toes down. Okay. The kids are probably barefoot too. Like, what are we talking about?
Airport,
no.
Really?
Yeah. Airport, they won't let me go barefoot.
They won't let you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have no problem taking your shoes off through security.
Yeah. Oh, and the only other place, Trader Joe's. They kick me out every time.
Really?
And you would think of
Trader
yes,
Joe's?
Like this is the place. Hippie, just come on in. We're real crunchy.
Are you a hippie?
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
I'm a hippie.
Yeah,
you know that about me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me about Keon Coleman. How funny is that dude?
Everything in the interview, that's him.
That's exactly who he is.
Yeah, he's a good player, which makes it okay to
you can see it. You can see it
weird.
Though. You know how some guys need a year.
Yeah, no, he's
ready.
Yeah, he's pretty ready. Obviously there'll be a little transition, but he's fun to have in the room.
I asked Josh for a comp, and he told me about 2. He said 2 players, and I wonder who you think he reminds you of, if anybody that you might have played with or watched on film.
Like personality wise,
no, personality is probably 101. Or does he remind you of anybody from our Eagles locker room?
From our Eagles locker room.
Lane? Is he like Lane
nah,
as a receiver?
Oh, as a receiver, maybe.
Lane's into the barefoot thing.
Yeah.
He's always walking around with those toe spacers.
Yeah. Player wise, like skill wise, I'm like, okay, he has a little bit of Alshon in him.
Yeah.
Obviously Alshon's a good bit bigger.
Yeah.
I think Alshon's ball skills are probably more developed.
Yeah. He said Des Bryant and Mike Thomas.
I can see. I would say less Mike Thomas.
Yeah.
I'd say more Des Bryant.
How important is Shakir? I feel like that dude's an X factor that people don't talk about.
And nobody talks about at all.
Right.
He's like, knows the offense really well, gets open.
Yeah.
And Josh and him just have a great chemistry. Like, he catches the same ball in 2-minute drill, and I'm like, are y'all going to cover that?
Yeah.
It's the
same play.
Same play every time.
Yeah.
Like, you should probably cover it.
You should probably cover it. What about tight ends? Because this offense, you obviously not being here for that, but like the tight ends became a big part of what they do.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Josh, ran out of time. You're a great football mind. What specifically can you do when you have two tight ends that can catch the ball? Like in what areas of the field, in what situations? Obviously like short yardage and man.
Yeah.
But like when else is it like this is why it helps to have those two guys rather than like a bunch of receivers necessarily on the field?
I think obviously red zone is great because they're rerunner and passing. Like having guys that can block well enough and also could go run a route on your linebacker that you think is, you're in base and you think you have to cover him.
Yeah.
There's no chance. The matchup is just a killer every time. And like you said, man, every time. That's a win in our mind.
It's got to be.
It's got to be a win. So like there's those type of areas of the field. It's like I in my mind I'm like, I could go in there and do it.
Right.
But like,
what makes Joe a great teacher?
I think his willingness to not assume anything.
That's a big one.
And coaches miss it all the time.
Isn't it?
They just assume everybody knows. I'm like,
or like they're in such a rush that they don't answer questions or don't stop and cover the detail that's stressing the player out.
Yeah. Like a lot of times they're in these meetings upstairs for, till 1 a.m. and they forget that we weren't in those.
We're just getting this thing installed.
Yeah.
I got to go out.
The players weren't in there. Y'all were upstairs doing that, not us.
Yeah.
So like he's really, really good at that and making sure that all the guys are like, hey, ask questions. Like, if we're walking through, we're walking through. So if you mess up, so be it. Like this is a walkthrough.
Do you remember when we went on the run and they asked us, the vets, to get up and talk?
Yeah. I remember your speech.
You do?
Yeah.
What did I
tell people all the time.
What did
you probably don't even remember.
What? Oh, because Zach Ertz stole it a year later.
Did he really? The play don't care who makes it?
Yeah, play don't care who makes it.
I say that shit all the time. I think about it all the time.
Make sure you credit me, motherfucker.
I do. I credit you. I said Chris Lawrence.
Ertz went out there and was like, hey, man, what I always say is the play don't care.
Damn, Ertzy.
Come on, Ertz.
Okay. He stole my whole flow.
Bar
for bar.
Bro.
Damn.
But no, I was going to ask, like, you're the vet now.
Yeah.
And if you guys going to run and they call you up and they say, hey, Mac, what'd you learn? What would you say?
I got a lot of bag. So I had to sign in during training camp. The first one is from McDaniels. He said, don't get bored doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Which was something that, I ran a lot of in cuts. You run in cuts. It's like, oh, he's starting to jump it. So you want to put some flavor on it. It's like, yo, don't get bored. Just
try to make it too complicated.
Yeah. Never choose comfort was one that was on there. And then at the bottom was fuck them kids.
Yeah. Fuck them kids.
Yeah. And I very much stand behind that saying.
Expound.
It's like from the day training camp started until February 9th at 10 p.m. when the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't your first priority.
Okay, it's your actual
as long as that pool is heated.
Yeah.
When that confetti falls down, everybody's smiling.
Notice you left the only other person in the house out of that.
Yeah. It's just a kid. Don't kill yourself.
No,
be smarter than that.
Yeah, be smart.
Yeah, but
be smart.
It's not like obviously fuck them kids, but it's like your focus has to be football.
That's what makes it so hard. Yeah.
You can't be great in two things at the same time.
Dude, that's why when we were teammates, I had one son that was very young. Like I waited until the end of my career to have kids. Not to say it's not awesome,
right? To
bring your kids to practice and the whole thing, but it's so hard to be a parent and like come home and check this at the door.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And not focus on football. But like when that confetti falls, everybody's smiling.
And the kids are smiling.
They smiling. They forget all about it.
And then they're like, it's not fuck them kids anymore.
Yeah, now it's not. Yeah, now it's off season, but we're Super Bowl champions, and like we're on this parade, and y'all on the bus more lit than I am. Like,
what do you remember that from that year that for Philly fans that watched this show? Like, what was your favorite memory that year?
I think just the way we were, like the way everybody kind of hated us.
Yeah,
like it was so great. Like nobody thought we could win any games.
Yeah, and then they hated us.
I'm like, and it was great.
Yeah, you hate the Cowboys. Every year you think the Cowboys are going to be good. I understand why people hate them. Yeah. I was like, what did we do?
Why y'all hate us for?
Yeah.
Like, that, and then going in the back of the bus, me, Kels, Beau, and
Rocket League.
Stella playing Rocket League on
Rocket
Nintendo
League,
Switch.
Bro.
Like,
I used to sit there and watch y'all for 2 hours.
Just endlessly
and not play.
Yeah.
But just kind of
commentary.
Yeah.
Just really was training you up for this.
Just observe.
Yeah.
I got to get in on it.
That was like prime time.
What's the setup in camp here? Like how's Sean's camp? And you've been in 5 camps now. Yeah. Like you know what it's like.
Camp has obviously changed a lot. Just what's allowed to happen, what
you're telling me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, back in '91 when you
back
came
in '91,
like, 3 days.
We had to walk uphill.
Yeah, it was uphill both ways. It's definitely a lot. Like we compete for sure.
Yeah.
But if you were to like compare it to a camp, when I got in the league 8 years ago, like Philly's camp, like it's a lot.
It's a little bit easier.
Yeah, just like just the amount of that you're allowed to do. Like practice is significantly shorter.
Yeah.
Like if it was 3-hour camps back in the day, like we were getting 259. Like we were going to get all of it.
Who's the guy you learned the most from as a vet so far in your career?
In my career, Ertz was a guy that like he was probably the first guy I met because he went to school with my older brother, and they like got connected like the day after I got drafted. And he's kind of always been somebody that I've like looked on, and we play a lot of chess with each other on chess.com.
I'm sorry about your loss in chess this year.
God,
I heard about it.
Heartbreaking. I can't believe I didn't stop. He used a Scotch.
We were going to call you, but then you lost.
Yeah, I know. I had to go barefoot to get on the show.
So how far did you get in the chess tournament?
Third?
Yeah. Behind him and Kyler.
Yeah.
Kyler's fitting in the video games and the chess.
A little bit of everything.
He's a renaissance
man. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, so who's
but yeah, Ertz was definitely big. But then like throughout my career, like just as receivers.
Yeah, receivers.
Having Alshon and Torrey.
Yeah.
Because they were very different people, but taught me a lot in different ways.
And Torrey's a vet where he wasn't physically the most gifted.
Yeah.
But those guys are the guys you want to listen to. They might not be the stars of the team, but you know why they're in the league for that long.
Yeah. And then having Devontae was great.
What do you if you had to give advice to younger receiver, not the thing you said earlier with fuck them kids and all that, but like specifically what advice would you give to a young receiver?
I say train football. Like a lot of the shit I see is just like
goofy.
Yeah. Like it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You would never do that in a game. You took 37 steps. You did like a damn dance move.
Don't get bored.
Doing the right thing. Just just go run routes.
Yeah.
Like go catch the ball. I think a lot of people, like you think about it, you go out and run routes. They don't run the same route over and over.
Yeah.
Like if you go out there and I run a slant, an in cut, and a hitch on each side, you're telling me I got better. I only ran two slants.
Yeah.
Like go out there and run slants today.
Yeah.
Get better at that.
Well, when the game's on the line, it might be a slant.
Right. Like, but if you only ran 2,
it's not going to be I don't know what the fuck you call it, but one of those ins and then outs.
Yeah, all right. Like a post corner or some
post
shit.
Corner. It's not going to be a post corner.
Yeah, it's not going to be the cool fancy route that you're doing on IG.
3rd and 4, the game's on the line.
with your footwork guy.
Yeah.
Who's never played a snap.
Do you look at your Madden rating?
I haven't played Madden since I got in the league.
Okay.
So I have no idea.
So let me ask you this then. This is the last thing I'll have you do. Can you rank maybe your favorite receivers in the league?
Favorite receivers?
Yeah, maybe not the best. You could tell me you think is the best in the league, but maybe your favorites, maybe guys that don't get enough credit.
Oh, they don't get no credit. I mean, Khalil, I think for sure is somebody that doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, your guy. Yeah.
My guy Khalil. Around the league,
is Jefferson the best? Because I think he's the best right now. I'd be Tyreek and him. I mean, they're two totally different guys, but
they're very different.
You played with Devontae, yeah?
Yeah, Devontae good.
Yeah, it's hard to pick any of them over.
Like those 3?
Those are the 3.
I think it's hard. Like if you put them all had the exact same quarterback.
What makes Devontae great?
He's just consistently great. Like
he doesn't get bored.
He doesn't get bored, literally.
Yeah.
Like his like if you asked him after like how was your day and he's like it wasn't a good one. You would never know. You would have thought it was a great day because his standard is like just so much higher. This is just what I always do. I always do this. So, like when we were in Vegas, like he would start a whole drill over with a rep that looked good. I'm like, oh, that looked good to me. He's
like, hey guys, no, I need it again.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That looked fine to me.
Yeah.
And like in my mind, I would do the little split that he does.
Yeah.
It never works the same.
Yeah, it's like
he doesn't get touched. I'm
it's
getting
like
jammed.
when they show us Pepper's film, like Julius Pepper's film.
Do this.
I'm like, bro, what?
How am I gonna do that?
Yeah, no question.
I don't like. I've played with Tay, so I would say Tay's the best.
Do you watch somebody that reminds you of you that you're like, I can model my game after that guy? Did you ever?
I think people, like especially Buffalo fans, will be like, oh, he's kind of like Gabe Davis.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gabe's gonna have a really good year.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good year.
Yeah.
But being able to come in here and have, if that's a similar role, and he was able to have that production, like,
I think you're gonna take this city over, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm getting a jersey and everything, bro. My guy.
There you go. I'm glad you just didn't put the duct tape and put Hollins over the over the Davis.
No,
you know?
So good luck this year, man.
You,
I'm super psyched you came through. The soup is just gonna be wasted.
That's what it should be.
Soup is for suckers.
Suckers.
All right, y'all. Buffalo Bills wide receiver, Mack Hollins, Renaissance man. Thanks for joining the show.
Appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, dude.